Alright, so today we finally see a decent breakout, materializing what could be a very treacherous bear trap, right? I mean, yesterday we had a bearish reaction right below the all-time high resistance area, and right now we see this reaction over here, so what can we expect from now on? Well, in this video we will talk about the main turning points in the market to keep an eye on, always following the technique, always working with evidence. No comment in this video is an opinion, right? Everything here has a technical basis so that we can work with strategy. So my name is Nathan. If you don't know me, I'm a trader sharing my ideas here on this YouTube channel. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. Now, as we can see here, the SPY is making an insane bullish reaction. We are not only breaking yesterday's high, but we are also breaking the all-time high resistance area, making a new record high today. Another bullish candlestick pattern over here, far away from our short and medium-term support levels. Now, if you ask me, Nathan, what if the SPY corrects? What if we see a top signal over here? If we see a top signal materialized and triggered, the SPY could trigger a pullback to its next support levels, which is now first one, 565, the previous resistance level, the previous all-time high area over here, now is supposed to act as a support level in the future, following the principle of polarity in technical analysis. The second most important support level is the 21-day EMA. All right, so if we see, so far there is not a single top signal. All right, so far SPY is still maintaining the bullish bias. We don't see any crystal clear bearish technical evidence suggesting a correction or a pullback ahead. But if we see one, these two key points are gonna be our next major support levels, especially the 565, because if we see the SPY losing the 565 again, that would be a particularly problematic reaction. Therefore, this key support level is the most important one for the SPY on the short and medium term. All right, now regarding the QQQ, this one is not around the all-time high area yet. In fact, we are still below a few resistance levels. We have the all-time high above the $500. We have this open gap over here for $493, and of course we have the 484 resistance level, the previous top level here on July this year, here again on August this year, and right now, apparently, the QQQ is struggling again to break this resistance level. Therefore, this key point is quite meaningful. It is quite important. Any top signal below this area could materialize a sharper correction back to the 467, I'm so sorry, 476 up here, and the 21-day EMA. All right, just like the SPY has two support levels, 565, 21-day EMA. The QQQ also has two support levels, the previous top level over here, 476, and the 21-day EMA. All right, so Nathan, do we see any top signal right here? No, we don't. But I do confess that it is quite alarming to see SPY losing momentum below a very important resistance level. So we should be very, very cautious in this area. The situation is not that easy, right? While we see the SPY breaking the previous all-time high, making an insane bullish reaction, we see QQQ struggling to break its main resistance level on the daily chart over here. So we see a few conflicting mixed signals between the indices, all right, among the indices. Therefore, we should be very careful around this resistance level, because if we see tomorrow or in the next few days, next week, all right, if we see a top signal below this resistance level, we'll probably see a sharper correction ahead, and in this scenario, tech stocks will be highly affected. For instance, Nvidia. Nvidia is making a very nice bullish reaction today. We are exploding almost 4%. However, we are leaving a shadow above the candlestick's body over here. What's more, we failed in breaking the $120, which is the most important resistance level for Nvidia. Only by breaking 120, we are gonna see a real, meaningful bullish reaction materialized, because as far as I know, this is gonna be the trigger point of a bullish pivot point, a higher high, higher low, something that Nvidia has to do because we have been doing nothing but lower highs, lower lows since Nvidia peaked over here near the all-time high in June this year, all right, $140. Therefore, this could be the first bullish pivot point on Nvidia since June this year. So it is very important for it to break the $120 resistance level. Only then Nvidia will be free to retest higher levels like the 131 or maybe even the all-time high again, all right? Only then we're gonna materialize a bull trend again. So far, the situation is still very delicate. In fact, what's the most important support level for Nvidia, right? Conversely, if we lose the $113 without a clear breakout of the 120, we could materialize a bearish pivot point, a small bearish pivot point, I do agree, but still a lower high, lower low on the daily chart, losing the support level at 113, losing the 21-day EMA as well. Therefore, this is the most important resistance level, 120, and this is the most important support level, 113. In fact, what Nvidia is doing over here is quite similar to other semiconductor stocks are doing. For instance, AMD is trying to trigger this bullish pivot point over here, this micro bullish pivot point on the daily chart above the 21-day EMA. This is very good, all right? However, we have yet to seek the $162, which is the most dangerous resistance level for AMD. Just like Nvidia has a major resistance level at 120, I see this key point on AMD as a very critical resistance level, because only by breaking it, AMD will finally trigger a bigger bullish pivot point, and on the weekly chart, we could resume the bullish bias over here and make a bullish pivot point on the weekly chart over here as well, breaking the 21-week EMA, leaving these support levels behind. What's more, this is gonna be the first bullish pivot point on the weekly chart since this pivot point, right? This clear bullish pivot point in May 2023. Therefore, it is very important for AMD to trigger this bullish pivot point on the weekly and daily charts. So 162 is the most important turning point for AMD. Nathan, what it takes for AMD to turn bearish again? We gotta lose the previous support level over here around 148, which is very close to the 21-day EMA, all right? So this dual support level is the most important inflection point for AMD if it is going to turn bearish in the next few days or maybe even in the next few weeks. Therefore, we gotta watch out for these two key points. Another very interesting stock that is quite overlooked by most people is Taiwan Semiconductor, which is also, just like AMD, we see a bullish pivot point over here, all right, a quite interesting bullish pivot point, and of course we see another major bullish pivot point over here as well, by materializing, by breaking this resistance area over here, all right, closing above it on the weekly chart preferably. We're gonna see Taiwan Semiconductor triggering a bullish pivot point on the weekly chart, something that AMD could perform next as well. Nvidia could also perform this bullish pivot point. However, we are still facing many important resistance levels on these stocks, which are moving quite similar, all right? So we gotta pay attention to these key points on our semiconductor stocks from now on, all right? Meanwhile, we see Tesla breaking breaking the previous resistance level, $233. This key point over here is a very important one for Tesla because it is the trigger point of this ascending triangle chart pattern. It is a major resistance level which has been holding the price 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times the past, and it was a previous support level over here on July 12. Right now we are finally breaking this key point. Therefore, if you ask me, Tesla is technically very bullish right now, and in theory it could retest our next resistance levels, namely to close this gap over here, 245, and the most important one, 265, the major resistance level seen on the weekly chart over here, all right? Therefore, 233. What's more, this is very interesting, all right? Because this key point, $233, the previous major resistance level, right now, today, acted as a support level. Another classic example of the principle of polarity in technical analysis, which says that previous support levels are gonna act as future resistance levels and vice versa. This is another very good example, which is being respected by Tesla today. Now, if you want to learn how to trade these patterns, if you want to learn more about the principle of polarity, ascending triangle, chart patterns, candlestick patterns, just download my free ebook on our Telegram channel. It is free. Anyone can download it and just start learning. What's more, on our Telegram channel, you will have access to exclusive analysis, premium analysis. For instance, I told you guys that about Taiwan Semiconductor, all right? Recently I did an exclusive analysis here on TradingView that only our members have access to on our Telegram channel, describing a very nice buy signal on it. Just an example, all right? Exhaustion bar, buy signal at 165, inverted head and shoulders chart pattern on the 1 hour chart. Here on this analysis, I describe the details, every single detail of our trade. I describe the daily chart, the hourly chart. I describe the trading strategy. Entry point 165, stop loss where it is, well, 156, target around 175. All the key points described in this chart, I describe in details over here in our premium exclusive analysis. So if you want to learn more, if you want to trade with me, if you want to trade with a crystal clear strategy, then just take a look at our website. Link is in the video's description. All right. Now, before we talk about Palantir, before we talk about ARM, super microcomputer, etc., I have something to ask you guys. All right. I would like to ask you something that has to do with the channel and our community. All right, because our channel is growing very well, our community is very good, and given the serious nature of our channel, with a focus on technical analysis without opinions or biases, we kind of end up repelling more emotional people who like to cause trouble, right? And only serious, dedicated people end up staying, right? And the content itself is a filter against idiots, all right? Which reminds me, if you like the content, consider subscribing this channel, click the like button to support me, because here you will receive every single day analysis without bias, without guesswork, assumptions, just technique, just strategy. Therefore, consider subscribing to the Finance Hydra channel if you're not a subscriber yet, all right? Now, this leads me to ask you, would you like me to make lives? I would like to try this out with you guys so you can interact with me, send me questions and doubts in real time. We can study the market together, we can talk, and I can talk to you on the spot, all right? I'm just wondering, okay? Just wondering. I'm not saying I will stop recording videos and only make lives. No, it is just an idea, all right? I'm gonna test this. I would like to test this with you guys. So just please give me your feedback, all right? I always read the comments. I always answer the comments. And in this video, I will also answer every single one of you. So please leave a comment. Leave your feedback about this idea. Would you like me to make lives with you guys here on this channel? Just an idea, all right? Please leave a comment. Now, Palantir over here is trying to make a top signal. It is trying to. However, there is no top signal triggered yet. If we see a top signal, all right, we're gonna see a pullback to the 21-day EMA, $33 again. That's not a problem. As I told you guys yesterday, as I told you guys in the day before, any pullback over here could be just another buying opportunity, period. Because we are in a bull trend. We are making higher highs, higher lows. While, as long as the trend remains bullish, any pullback to a support level would be a buying opportunity with a good risk-reward ratio, period. All right, ARM Holdings is a very nice one as well. It is making a bearish candlestick pattern over here today. It broke the previous resistance level at 138. If you ask me, the 138 is right now our major support level. It has been holding the price over here on September 16, September 17, yesterday. Right now it could retest, we could retest the support level again. Even if we lose the $138, the 21-day EMA is another technical support level. So ARM Holdings could be a very nice buying opportunity next if we see the right movement around the support level. Meanwhile, we see Super Microcomputer stabilizing its price. This one, unlike many of the stocks we analyzed here in this video, this one is very bearish. All right, it is still bearish. We don't see any meaningful bullish chart structure right now. Apparently, we are stabilizing. We are moving sideways since September 12 over here. All right, but we don't see any meaningful major bullish chart structure yet. If you ask me, I would prefer to see Super Microcomputer retesting the $357 again, the previous top level, future support level again, another example of the principle of polarity. But seeing this reaction on the weekly chart kind of makes me wonder if Super Microcomputer will have the strength, will have the momentum to retest this support level again. All right, meanwhile, okay, we are still bearish. We don't see any meaningful bullish reaction. The 21-day EMA is still acting as a resistance level for us, so we don't see nothing here yet, but maybe we will soon. Either way, I'm gonna keep you guys updated in this channel every single day. So again, consider subscribing, click the like button, join the 5% project. You can test our service for free for 7 days and receive exclusive premium analysis, and of course download our exclusive ebook on technical analysis, where I teach you guys everything you need to know in order to trade well for free. All right, so just join our community. Thank you very much for your audience, my dear friends. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow.